Biblical pro tip number 1, seeking God's kingdom first. In Matthew 6:33, Jesus instructs us to seek his kingdom first and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to us as well. Achieving greatness in life begins with aligning our priorities with God's purposes. When we prioritize our relationship with him and seek to live according to his will, he promises to provide for our needs and lead us into his blessings. Biblical pro tip number 2, accepting God's plan for your life. Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us that God has intentions to prosper us and not harm us, but to give us hope and a future. The path to greatness involves surrendering our own ambitions and placing our trust in God's perfect plan for our lives. As we yield to his guidance and direction, he will lead us on a path of purpose and fulfillment that surpasses our imagination. Biblical pro tip number 3, nurturing a servant heart. In Mark 10:45, Jesus proclaims, "For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." True greatness is discovered in serving others with humility and love, mirroring the example of Christ himself. By prioritizing the needs of others over our own and serving with compassion and grace, we reflect the character of God and experience the true joy of greatness in his kingdom. Biblical pro tip number 4, walking in faith. Hebrews 11:6 tells us that without faith, it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. Achieving greatness requires faith and trust in God's promises. Even when circumstances seem daunting, as we walk by faith and not sight, God honors our trust and opens doors of opportunities beyond our wildest dreams. Biblical pro tip number 5, persevering in adversity. James 1:2-4 encourages us to consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so you may mature and complete, not lacking anything. Greatness is often forged in the fires of adversities as we persevere through trials and challenges, trusting in God's fullness and growing in strength and character. Biblical pro tip number 6, living a life of love. 1 Corinthians 13:13 reminds us, "And now these 3 remain, faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love." Ultimately, our love for God and other people, rather than our accomplishments or accolades, defines true greatness. As we strive to love God with all of our heart, all of our soul, and all of our mind, and to love our neighbors as ourselves, we embody the greatest commandments and fulfill our purpose in God's kingdom.